Well, it's a beautiful day here in Boiling Springs, South Carolina. A couple weeks ago I went out to Utah and went with my son Commodore out into the way out into the desert. It was about a 2.5-hour drive from Springville, Utah, and we went hunting for geodes, and we found quite a few geodes, and I've ordered a saw, a diamond-tipped saw for tile cutting, and we're going to cut these probably next Friday or Saturday when it arrives. But anyway, while we were out there, besides finding these geodes, and I might just show you, for these geodes, look how pretty some of these are inside. I don't know that you can see the sparkles because I can't see what's going on in this bright sunlight, but boy, they just really have some pretty sparkles inside of them. And so I'm anxious to see what these guys do. And when it comes to the geodes, here's a looks like a snowman, but a geode on top of a geode. And these geodes have some very peculiar shapes to them, and markings. I mean, look at that. You can just see where they kind of go all the way around, and how they're kind of shaped in a way that makes them very interesting, I think. But along with that, right out there where I was finding these geodes, I found flint. And I've been looking for flint for a long time. In South Carolina, we don't have flint or chert. And I've been using river rock to use my striker to start fires, you know, to get a little spark that'll start an ember and start fires. So what I thought I'd do is show you. I found also out there with this flint a stone that I've been using as a hammer stone. And this hammer stone, what I do is I take the flint and I will go ahead and take an edge, and I can just strike hard on the edge, and it'll chip off flakes of flint. And you can see that this flint is very, very, very sharp, and it has a hardness of about 7, I understand. I'm new to this stuff, and so there's a lot I don't know about that, but I've been trying to start a spark with flint using my char cloth, and it works very, very well. And so I thought I would just demonstrate that to you. And along with this, this is my little box where I keep my char cloth. And I'll go ahead and I'll tear my char cloth. And I want some rugged edges. And I want to put those edges together when I tear it. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and find some place on the flint. I could even take a really small piece if I wanted. And take this right here and put it right along the edge. If I turn that over, maybe it'll sit better on that. And char cloth loves to take a spark, and flint loves to give a spark. And so when I take my homemade striker made out of a file, and the file, I just worked on that until I got it to the point where I cut it off and put a hole through it and put this lanyard through it, and took my wife some glue gun and then put some glue around the edges so that I can hold it properly. And then this lanyard, and pinching it with my finger and my thumb, I can get a good grip on it. Now, so then what I do, if I want to get a spark, I have to have a bundle, this bundle right here of red cedar bark that I got in the woods just the other day. So it's all ready to go, and I can put it inside of my hobo stove when I get it lit. But anyway, here goes. I'm just gonna strike it and see what we can do here. I see sparks flying. You just have to get the spark. Now, I've been doing this with 1 or 2 strikes, but when you're on camera, guess what? There it goes. There it goes. So we got the spark off of the flint. And I'm going to take this, it's getting hot real quick. I'm going to go ahead and put this inside of my bundle. And I close it in. That's very, very hot. And so there it goes. And so now, it's just really easy with flint. Other than the fact that I took a lot of strikes to get it going, it's really a lot easier with flint to get the kind of sparks you would like to have. And so it's just a fun thing to do. Let's see if we can try that again. I'm going to take this piece right here, fold it over, take another piece of flint right here. Hope that you can see this because it's so bright out here I can't see what my camera's doing. And just get it to accept a spark. And there we go. So char cloth and flint work really, really well to create, you know, the kind of sparks you need and the kind of flames you're going to have to get a fire started. But I love using these little Altoid boxes, and I will take belt loops. Belt loops make great char cloth too, and then denim pants, and I just, you know, char it. There's a lot of videos out there, and I have a video out there showing you how to get char cloth. But it's really a fun thing to do. As a matter of fact, let's see what else we have here. See if I can find something that might be of interest to us. Oh yeah, I've taken punkwood, and punkwood is just really, really light wood that is so rotten and dried out that it's very spongy and very, very lightweight. So I've taken that, put it in here, and I've charred it. And if you were to take a striker, let's see, I don't know if I have, I kind of got carried away here with what I wanted to show you. And where did I put, there it is. Yes, light my fire, fire steel. And if I were to take this, and let's see if I can go ahead and get a bundle. I'll just rip a bundle out here real quick. Okay, so there's a bundle of eastern red cedar bark. I just gathered this off the trees. It's dead, and I can get it all ready to go. And then watch this. We take this Altoid box, go ahead and strike into the punkwood. Now look at that. And then if I will go ahead and take this, I hope you can see that. Maybe it's out of range for the camera here. I hope not. There you go. Yeah, that gets a little hot real quick. So anyway, that's another way that you can go ahead and use sparks and char wood or char cloth or whatever. Put the lid back on. It's hot, but if you put the lid back on, then it'll all die off, and you can use this over and over again. I've used this quite a few times, and but it's a lot of fun to get going here. And you can go on the David West channel is really good for learning how to do a lot of this kind of stuff. I've referred to him many times because he's basically taught me practically everything I know about you know, strikers and hobo stoves and char cloth and things like that. I will tell you this: I love flint. It's funny on camera, you know, I've been getting a spark on my char cloth with 1 or 2 strikes every time, time after time after time. Then I get here on camera, and guess what? Then it takes me about 5 or 6 strikes or so to get a spark. But that's kind of how it is. So just a lot of fun things going on in my neck of the woods, and just looking forward to finding more flint in other areas. And no flint, no chert around here that I can find in the Spartanburg, South Carolina area. So if y'all know any places that might be nearby, you know, North Carolina or someplace like that I could run to, that would be fun. But anyway, this has been fun. Thanks a lot, everybody, and hope you enjoyed the video.